Good evening. You're watching The Tonight Show with me, Supriya Samuel. In studio with me right now is Professor Clement D'Souza from the Department of Economics. And we will be discussing the recent hike in petrol prices that has caused immense problems for people in the city. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us today. Over the last 10 years, petrol prices in Bangalore have increased to about 25 rupees. What can the government do to curb the hike in petrol prices?
Regarding the hike in prices in Bangalore particular, there are few important reasons, not one particular reason. One particular reason in terms of priority, in terms of hierarchy of the reasons, one reason is the heavy taxation by the state government.
Okay.
Because of the taxation, the prices in Bangalore are a little higher. And second reason is the transport, the cost of transporting the petrol to the different bunks or the outlets.
Okay.
That also takes into consideration.
Okay.
And third important thing is the commission which is paid to each of these bunk what you call agencies, that also amounts into this cost of the prices, and therefore we find relatively the prices in Bangalore compared to other other states are really high.
Okay.
And that's the main reason why we find the petrol prices or the other fuels is very high in Bangalore.
Okay. Besides increasing car loans, okay, and also improving transport facilities in Bangalore city, what are the other? Do you have any suggestions to reduce the amount of petrol that is being consumed by Bangaloreans or by the people in general?
Okay. Now, regarding this, now for example, if you take the transport system, public transport system. Now, if you take the public transport system, there is a lot of improvement has to be done.
Okay.
Now, if you take the classes of people, if you take that there are different type of class of people, maybe you can put it in terms of economic terms, haves as well as have-nots. Now, have-nots cannot travel in a very good sophisticated buses like what we have. Okay. Now, if you take even the haves, they may not wish to travel in those buses what are provided by the public department, like what we have the public transport system. Why they are not traveling? Because most of them do not reach on time. The time consciousness is very poor with regard into public transport. And another important thing is the road system is also not good, which you cannot blame the public transport system. The road facilities are provided by a different department.
Okay.
So altogether we find there is a lot of problem with regard into these catalyst facilities which are provided. But there is another way what one of the NGOs or some of the NGOs have suggested is, why not go for a carpool? Why not go for a carpool? But even there also a survey says carpool can hold good if the society together lives and goes for a work in a common place or at least a nearby place. Now what has happened is the carpool works for only a distance, what I call satellite towns, like for example Yelahanka or Kengeri and all those places, where you have a common mindset of people and they have a common purpose.
Okay.
So this can be an alternative which works in such places.
Okay.
But beside this, only thing what we can tell is make sure that people should be educated. People should be educated. Wherever it is possible, make sure that you use this public transport so that economically it will better the society and the people at large.
All right. India gets maximum of its import from other countries. Do you think reducing the amount of petrol we import will help reduce petrol prices?
For that, you need to reason out in a different context. Now, for example, why we are getting the petrol in terms of import in a larger quantity from other countries. See, ours is a growing economy, and being a growing economy, most of these industries require one or the other or alternative source of fuel. And when you are in a concept of development, you cannot say that we are not importing it. Okay, but at the same time we have to import, but we should not use it recklessly. Reckless in the sense we should use it objectively so that it will help us rather than stopping the import. Alternative, perhaps if you don't want to have an import of a higher level, make sure that we have a lot of what you call the oil reserves. Maybe if you take Assam, maybe you take the Andhra Pradesh, Kaveri Basin, or you take the Bombay High, there are a lot of reserves. But what we are following, we are not tapping them. We are using them as a reserves, like what most of these American or the other blocks are doing. They have a lot of reserves compared to Middle East countries.
Okay.
higher than the Middle East countries. They have kept it reserves for the dry days which are yet to come.
Okay.
So we are also following that.
Hmm.
So when that is the trend, what we are following, we cannot say that we should ban what you call import of petrol.
Yeah, right.
That is.
Oh. Well, that was Professor Clement D'Souza from the Department of Economics with his views on the issue of hike in petrol prices. On that note, we have come to the end of the Tonight Show with me, Supriya Samuel. We'll be back for more news updates. Until then, stay tuned.